Hello everyone, welcome to Cyberscoop TV. Greg Otto, your managing editor here. We're coming to you live from the 2017 RSA Conference Expo floor. Talking with Tony Cole, the CTO for government for FireEye. Tony, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Greg, for having me.
So I would love to hear about what FireEye is doing to help government agencies get a more holistic idea of what is going on their networks.
Yeah, so we're trying to actually help them evolve to understand the fact that we're in a very dynamic environment. So many of the defense industry, the departments of defense, the intelligence community, they get it. But many of the civilian agencies are still trying to come up to speed. People think about physical conflict and they think about battlefields, and we kind of forget sometimes all our networks are interconnected. So we're all targets, in this environment. So in that, we're trying to actually help simplify their processes, get rid of false positives that they're seeing on a continuous basis. We see analysts actually suffer from alert fatigue continuously, so help eliminate that, get that out of their radar through orchestration and automation, which means really tying all of their disparate enterprise together. So with that, I mean, existing, infrastructure they have, so with new technologies, and then pumping that into, pumping threat intelligence into that environment as well that's contextual about the alerts. So for instance, if an organization actually, has a very large enterprise, so do they know what's critical to an adversary that an adversary wants to compromise, and can they focus their protections on that, and maybe focus a limited hunting capability initially in their environment on those assets. So and a lot of people don't think in that fashion today. So contextual threat intelligence and automation is the key to that.
So yeah, let's talk about that automation angle. How are agencies responding to the automation part of everything? Because workforce is such a problem for the government, trying to get people in to guard the cybersecurity fences. So how does automation help alleviate that concern and still leave agencies protected?
Yeah, that's a great question. I would tell you, if you're successful bringing it in, and some of the more mature organizations understand that, but we're trying to get everybody to understand, if you can bring that automation and the orchestration piece in, so it ties all of the products together, and provides deduplication of redundant alerts, and then actually provides orchestration where there's courses of action to automatically respond to specific alerts, then suddenly the analyst no longer has the fatigue and focuses on the alerts that matter. So when you get to that point, then your attrition rate may actually drop off. You're still actually subject to poaching, that's going to happen, but nevertheless, so their fatigue drops off and they be more successful in their job because they can focus on those alerts that matter, that are impacting those critical assets.
So with the government having to guard against these networks, information sharing is becoming so crucial. How do you see information sharing evolving, and how important are public-private partnerships to this information sharing?
Yeah, so I think it's critical, and I think we're going to see more and more discussions. I just spoke here at RSA, and it's one of my facets around maturing a security operations center, was talking about information sharing vertical to vertical on the commercial side. But it's critically important that we also have those conversations on business to government, across the board, and even very, very important, government to government internally. So, and then government to government externally as well, whether that's across state, local, tribal and such, but also to their counterparts around the globe. Is there a structure in place where there's something that is non-sensitive, so make sure it's not overly classified, so and then share that with their allies around the globe in a real-time fashion, so it actually can be actionable. So you can't wait 2 weeks after doing analysis and say, yeah, it's not classified, and send it out. It needs to actually move quickly and get out the door.
Right. So final question, we're asking a bunch of people this at RSA. A lot of what we've been talking about over the past 6, 12 months, it's depressing, whether it's breaches or DDoS attacks or zombie bot armies. What's optimistic in this field? What can we look forward to that has sort of a good vibe moving forward?
Yeah, that's a great question, and my wife and I joke all the time, I'm an eternal optimist. And then,
okay.
Then she'll jump in and say, but I'll say the glass may be half full, but it's cracked and leaking. So, and that's a challenge that we have today. I think that with IoT coming on board at a blistering pace, huge vulnerabilities there, so higher speed bandwidth on our phones, as well as bigger processing power, we're going to have an enormous amount of challenges in this industry in the future. So the good news is, we're seeing tremendous amount of venture capital pumped into this area. We're seeing universities really interested in this area, so we are seeing a huge ramp up of them trying to train young people in cybersecurity to get them interested in science, technology, engineering, and math, STEM. So, and we see that there are a lot of entrepreneurs around the globe all starting to play in this space. Maybe we can solve some of these problems.
Great. Tony, appreciate your insights. Thanks for talking with us today.
All right, thank you very much, Greg. I appreciate it.
For all of our interviews, check out our YouTube channel, and for more information on the RSA conference and all things cybersecurity, check out cyberscoop.com. I'm Greg Otto. Thanks for watching.